You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 503, starting a new short adventure. Recorded October 2024, posted May 2025. Time for Toads.
Welcome to Total Party Kill, the podcast where we play Dungeons & Dragons online for your entertainment. I am your humble dungeon master, Mikah Sargent, pronouns are he, him, and I keep wanting to switch into one of the characters' voices because it's very easy to do so. I am joined by a cool cast of characters who I will introduce now. Up first, it's Aline Sims. Hello, Aline.
Hey, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Eunomia Helldew, an astral elf druid. You can call me Nomi, and my pronouns are she, her.
And we're also joined by the I don't even know what I was gonna say, like the nightmare, but that's not true. He himself is not a nightmare. He just plays nightmare characters a lot of the time. It's James Thompson.
James.
Yes, James. We all know. Somehow I knew where that was going.
Yeah. We all did, James.
I played good characters who sometimes try and murder everyone. I am playing Valeria Shatterbone, she, her, who's a half-orc barbarian. And according to the notes that I wrote down the last time she played, is a big snack. She is the half-sister to Annette's character as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we are also joined by the unicorn herself. It's Kathy Campbell.
Yes, I was legally obligated to be here today, and I'm very, very glad to save a unicorn or hunt for one. I'm unsure the story, but let's find out together, shall we? I am Kathy Campbell, pronouns she, her, and I am playing Priscilla, one name only, because I did not remember that people have last names when creating my character, so it's fine. So yeah, Priscilla, one name like Elvis. And
that's a long name, but not Priscilla.
No. Priscilla is a human wizard who is a scribe, historically a scribe, and uses her massive intelligence to apparently look at deep contract negotiations. And her pronouns are also she, her.
We are also joined by Annette Wierstra.
Hello, I am playing Sheila, Bobeila, Banana Fana, Fofeila. You can just call me Sheila, though. Our pronouns are she, her. Sheila is a crafty human rogue in which she is both sneaky, but also Sheila really likes making crafts, like knitting and weaving and painting and cooking snacks. And yes, I am James's sister, because I think James and I are sisters in all the universes, honestly.
It's now canon. Yes.
It is. Yeah, we're just sisters always.
Eagle-eyed viewers will notice that when both the character's name and the player's name show up on the screen, Sheila, Bobeila, Banana Fana, Fofeila is just truncated. So that is something you could look forward to. And we are joined, last but certainly not least, the man who captains the dirigible, or is it the blimp? It's Jason Snell.
Hi, Micah. I wonder if Sheila could loan one of her names to Priscilla.
We'll
see. We'll find out.
It's my fault.
Find out what happens.
It's my
It's
fault.
like
I just
getting
stole
married.
all the names, and now there's none left for Priscilla. I'm sorry, Priscilla. I'm not sorry.
I am playing Bibimbap Sauerbrate. He is a dwarf cleric. He is gruff. Is he lovable? Well, the world says no, but he's still open to it. And he is he's a cleric, so he's a one of those cranky old priests, I would say. Big, long gray beard and a little bit grumpy, but also incredibly competent.
Nice. We are excited to kick off this adventure. So let's get into it. The warm amber glow of lantern light spills across the rough-hewn floorboards of the Copper Keg, Sylvan Cobblewander's lively tavern, nestled in the heart of the bustling crossroads town. The scent of roasting meats and spiced ale fills the air, mingling with the hum of conversation as patrons relax at the wooden tables, their laughter rising in bursts between the clinking of mugs. Clink! At the far end of the room, beyond the lively din, 5 travelers find themselves gathered before the bar top, summoned by a cryptic message from the gnome proprietor. Sylvan Cobblewander stands atop a stool behind the counter, his bright eyes gleaming with excitement beneath his bushy eyebrows. His hands are busy polishing a brass tankard, but his gaze remains fixed on the adventurers, as if expecting something or someone far more unusual than the motley crowd around them. With a grin as wide as the moon on a clear night, Sylvan speaks up, his voice carrying easily through the tavern's noise.
Ah, you're finally here. Words traveled fast about your deeds, and it seems the right kind of trouble has found its way to my doorstep. There's a matter of delicate importance. Dangerous, you might say, but I know you lot aren't the type to back down. Grab a seat, and I'll tell you what's at stake.
Do you grab a seat?
Absolutely.
Of course.
And
you
also
do.
grab
Yes.
a drink.
Grab a seat, grab a drink.
course.
So Sylvan says to you all,
I was really glad that you responded to my note. It was rather difficult to get anyone to come here. Technically, I have a bit of a problem, and I have heard that you all are quite capable adventurers. Are you familiar with the unicorn?
Yes.
Yes, sort of the
Which one?
The general concept,
the
yes.
concept of the unicorn. Yes, good. So they are very. I mean, again, stop me if you've heard this before, but they're very magical beings, and they.
I've
heard
heard
that
this
Oh,
before.
okay. Well, here's the thing. I need the help of a unicorn. I have a couple of family members who have gotten into some bad magic, and they are, I hate to use the word, but possessed. And I really need to help them out of that situation. And a unicorn, I've been told, is very helpful in taking care of possessions. So, yes, this is why I've brought you all here to help me out with that.
Well, none of us are unicorns.
No,
Nope,
there's a
definitely not.
unicorn rumored to be in the nearby woods. So what I would need from you all is to, skedaddle, head into those woods, meet up with the unicorn, have a conversation. I've got to stay here at the bar, obviously, taking care of things and taking care of my cousins. So there's where there is unicorn, in case you didn't know, that's also the plural, where there are unicorn, there are also other scary beasts. And I mean, look at me. I'm meant to be here at this bar, but look at you. You look great. You look ready to take on the world.
Yep. That's
And
why
we
that's why
are.
we're here.
Definitely.
so will you do it?
What do we get in return? Just
Oh,
asking
yes.
for a
What is that?
friend.
Remuneration. It's a new word I learned. I've got this little book here of new words to learn all the time. So, yes, I would be willing to provide each of you.
And he turns to his side and kind of looks into his pockets and then sort of steps down really quick, shambles across, looking through drawers, he looks up over the bar really quick and then makes sure that no one else is watching, and then goes back down beneath the bar and pries up a wooden board on the floor and looks in there, puts the bar back down, stomps on it a few times, comes back over, jumps back up and says, I would be willing to provide each of you 75 gold pieces if you would be willing to do this for me.
I guess.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Nothing else going on.
And free drinks.
Oh, yes, of course. I actually have special tokens that I've created just for that. When you return, you will get this special token. And he holds it up. And of course, it's got his grinning face on it. And he says they each cost a lot of money to make. But, that's beside the point. When you show one of these at my place of business, you will have free drinks at any time that you desire.
In that case, I agree.
And just to confirm, we do get to keep said token, correct? You will not be taking ownership back when we use it the first time.
That is correct. It is a token in perpetuity. Now, I want to be clear about what is important here, which is that you need to communicate with the unicorn, and the unicorn needs to agree to come back with you to meet with me. After that point, you've done your due diligence. You're not required to make the unicorn, help me out or anything like that, but the unicorn needs to be brought back here.
What do you do with the unicorn once we get it back to you?
What do? I ask it for its help.
Okay.
We're just checking that there wasn't a sort of sacrifice or anything like that.
Oh no, that would be sacrilegious, he says as he looks back in his little book of words to learn.
So bring a horse to a watering hole. Okay.
Yep.
I've opened my backpack and I am digging around in it, and I pull out a toque, or what some people might call a beanie, that is a knit hat, and it has a unicorn on it, and I give it to you.
Oh, this is delightful. To be clear, this does not count as you coming through with the deal, but this is really cool. Am I meant to wear this, or what's?
It's my gift to you. I make a lot of stuff. I knit things and make other things, and I just thought you might like this one. I've got a bag full of scarves and hats and sweaters.
Wow.
So,
thank you so much. It does get a little
You're welcome.
cool here at times. And he puts it on, and as he puts it on, thump, it falls down over his head onto his shoulders. And he
this is on brand.
He pushes it back up, and so it's just kind of like sitting on his forehead. And he's like sort of balancing it so it doesn't fall back down again. He's like, I love it. Do I look fabulous? Tell me I look fabulous.
You look fabulous.
Thank you so much. Oh,
Delight.
You are a delight. So yes, I'm very grateful. We've got this here, and he pulls out a scroll and slaps it down on the table. And he says, this is the agreement. As you can see, I've written in 50. Was it 50 gold pieces I agreed to? 75 gold pieces.
Yep.
I was testing
Nice
you. You passed. So 75 gold pieces per person, plus a token for free drinks in perpetuity. In return, you will get the unicorn to the threshold of the copper keg. And that is our agreement forthwith, hereunto, and forever. Everyone will need to sign this document to make sure that we all follow through on our parts of the bargain.
Yes, I would like, as a scribe, I'm very familiar with legalese and paperwork, and I would like to read said contract to make sure that it's legit and not binding us to something unfortunate.
Give me an intelligence check.
I would love to. 16 plus 4 is 20.
Wow. With a 20, you quickly read through the documentation. You see all of the, it's like there are always, if there's no fine print, then you would be suspicious as well. And so you see it's got the fine print that's like the standard gotcha fine print, where it's just, if you renege on the deal, it's, bad for you, maybe, worse for you than it would be otherwise. But there's no like giving your firstborn child. There's no anything like that. It is a simple contract with the standard amount of legal slime.
Does it say anything about him not harming the unicorn?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It does not say anything about him harming the unicorn or not harming the unicorn.
We're clearly a very trusting group.
Maybe you can use your intelligence to write that part in.
Yes, I would greatly appreciate an addendum to said contract.
But you want to make an addendum? Okay, what is your addendum?
Yes, please. I would please like to add that you will do no physical, emotional, psychic, or magical damage to said unicorn on purpose.
Oh, okay. I will not be the cause of any of that. Yes. Or you know
Correct,
what? I'll
correct.
addend your addendum by saying that nor will my family make any purposeful actions against the unicorn. I genuinely think unicorns are the most amazing creatures in the world. I would never hurt a unicorn, but I understand wanting to have that in the contract.
I would also like to add that any of your known associates that may not be related to you would be added to that list, or unknown. Yep.
Unknown
any
to
associates.
me. Wait, this is resulting in me having to protect the unicorn from strangers.
Basically, correct, on your property.
Yes, a unicorn can protect itself, but okay, yeah, I'll do my within my ability to protect. Right? Yes,
within your abilities,
Okay.
of course. To be discussed and agreed upon if something should happen in a court of law, in front of a judge, as if something were to happen in your location, and had something accidentally happen. Someone else, a neutral third party can participate and appropriately decide whether or not you were held liable.
Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. Yes. That is agreeable.
Excellent. Then yes, I will sign.
All right.
Unless anyone else has any other addendums needed.
Normally when we go on adventures, just somebody says they'll give us money and we go and kill things. This is the first time we've had to sign a contract, so you can understand that
Very
we're just
fancy.
Right, I understand. It's just I've worked with adventurers before who were sort of not kind people and have taken advantage of me, and I learned my lesson from them, and so that's why I want to make sure that the agreement is followed through.
So we have to sign a prenup. I get it.
Yes. So is everyone signing?
Yeah, I'll sign up.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Putting a scroll in the right position.
I use
Unreadable.
really proper calligraphy.
Oh, that's good.
I pull out my own calligrapher's supplies to sign.
Nice. Yeah,
Mine
I won't
looks
make
like
you
a
do any
spider
sleight of
has
hand
walked
checks.
across the page.
Or performance checks.
Thank
or
you.
anything. All right, so you all sign it. He takes the form and he says, you will want to head to the wood nearby, where you will find the last sighting of the unicorn. I hear that it hangs out around a sort of a pool that is formed underneath a waterfall. And so if you head just north of here into the woods, you will probably come across it.
Into the woods.
Into the woods to get the thing.
Okay.
Go.
All right. Thank you all very much. And with that, you plan to head out. You find yourself in the woods near the copper keg. And as you are walking along on this woodland trail on a bright sunny day, a cacophony of shouts breaks the wood's serenity. Through the trees, you spot puffs of colorful smoke. Moments later, a tiny figure emerges from the bushes, sporting an acorn hat and flitting through the air
on iridescent wings.
Quickly! She shouts. Uni the unicorn is in danger! If there is good in your hearts, follow me!
And she flits off into the woods nearby. What do you do?
All right. I think the good is debatable for at least some of our characters. But, we did sign a contract, so...
And I'm assuming that the unicorn in question is Uni.
I mean, we'll find out.
Guessing,
but we're looking for a unicorn, so we should probably
so it's
follow.
A good start. Yep. Let's
mother.
go.
Yeah.
Let's follow into the woods.
So yes, you follow the Muppet
Into the woods.
into the woods. The Muppet
Sounds
wearing
like a Muppet.
it does, doesn't it? The Muppet wearing the unicorn, or not the unicorn hat, the acorn hat into the woods. And so I will place your tokens a little bit to the east. And what I would like you to do is to arrange yourselves along this little edge of the wood, how you feel your characters would be arranged.
Valeria's right up at the front in a kind of eager to hit something fashion.
And Priscilla is hiding behind.
Yeah.
So
Bibimbap
is
is in the
Sheila.
middle. He's toward the front.
All right. With your placement going, you walk up and immediately you see in front of you lanky, toad-like bipeds that scamper frantically around a woodland pool, under fire from tiny arrows. Nearby, a white mare struggles to escape a weighted net. The stump of a horn protrudes from the mare's brow. High above the pool, a furred goblinoid bellows orders from a rocky bluff, marshaling the toad-like creatures against their unseen assailants. A glowing portal floats in the air beside the goblinoid.
Ooh.
And right now, as you've walked in, you have yet to be spotted as the toad-like creatures are very much again taking fire from the pixie to the or rather the sprite to the north, and you see a sprite to the south as well. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna shout, "What are you doing?"
As you shout, "What are you doing?" The sprite to the north was the one that you met, and it screams, or she actually screams from a distance, and she says,
You need to help. We need to defeat these creatures. They have captured Uni, and they're doing terrible, terrible things.
And as you said, "What are you doing?" and she said, she responded to you, that does bring the attention of the creatures into focus, and therefore you all need to roll for initiative.
Oh. It's going to be like that, huh?
It's going to be
Rude.
like that, I'm afraid to say.
I rolled a natural 20, which will be my only one of this entire campaign.
So you all are facing a bunch of creatures that appear to be kind of toads with legs. And so let's kick things off. Valeria, you are first.
Can I see how this net is holding Uni?
Yeah, so it is a simple net that appears to be like it's just a standard net, a hempen rope, and you can see Uni trying to struggle to escape the net, but it seems to be that she's way too tangled up in it to do so alone.
How heavy is the net? While we're talking about the net, I'm gonna.
How heavy is the net?
Yeah, no reason.
I don't know. The net is
Would you say it's less than 10 pounds?
Oh, it is 3 pounds.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get over there because uni is 35 feet away and I can travel 30 feet. But I can throw an axe 60 feet. So I'm going to throw an axe at the net and attempt to cut the net.
Oh, okay. So just to be clear, just to confirm, you see a struggling mare inside of a net, and you are going to throw an axe at the large pile of horse plus net.
I'm going
hoping
to do
to
it
cut
in
it.
it. Yes.
Okay. So what this is going to be is it's going to be a standard roll to hit. And I'll just tell you the AC of the net is 10, but we're going to do on top of that a dexterity check where the DC is going to be 19 to not hurt Uni.
Yeah.
Whatever
Given
you
your
think to this.
distance.
Yeah.
Okay. I can get a lot closer. I can get 30 feet closer before I attempt this.
Okay.
You could also, there are other things probably that could be done.
I love that. There are other things you can do.
I mean, Valeria's very much a woman of just action and not necessarily thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So she sees a trapped unicorn and is going to try and help in the only way that she knows how.
I mean, you didn't sign a contract saying that you wouldn't hurt the unicorn. That was
It's true.
Exactly.
I regret everything.
that was Zylvan.
Okay.
So.
We kill a unicorn immediately. Show over.
So I think I can run past this guy, go up to there, and then I think I can get down to about here. So I'm much closer.
You are much closer. So you're within 15 feet of Uni. I'm trying not to make this feel arbitrary. So I think that from that distance, on throwing an axe, can you tell me what is the attempt in throwing? Like, are you doing center mass or are you being more
No,
clever
center
about it?
mass would very much hit.
Right.
I'm looking to basically cut a hole in this.
In an open space of the net? Or an open... Yeah, okay.
But basically give a... Because I can see the unicorn is struggling, so I'm trying to give it an opening to get out of the net.
Got it. Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't throw it directly at the unicorn. That would be...
Something that a different
probable
character
mud.
would do.
All right, I'm going to drop the DC to 15 then.
All right, I can do that.
Yeah, so remember to roll first to hit, and then you'll roll to see if you strike the unicorn. If you get a 15 or above, you're okay. Well, let's do this roll first.
I got a 21 to hit.
All right, you definitely hit. Now,
Definitely hit something.
now it's just a straight up DC 20. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I said a dexterity check.
And this is a dexterity.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
you do have a bonus.
I get advantage on all dexterity saving throws.
It's not a saving throw, though. It's just a straight up dexterity roll. Saving throw is it's typically only in reaction to something else. So you'll just take your standard dexterity.
And 15 I need to get.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is 16.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
You go ahead and roll damage on the axe throw.
Rope damage. I love it. So we did something new with rope, everybody. We attacked it.
Nice. And Tony wasn't even here.
And what kind of damage does an axe do? Is it slashing?
Pretty sure it's slashing. It doesn't say on this. Is slashing still a thing in?
It should
Yes,
be.
it is slashing.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
gotcha.
it's just in the.
If it was bludgeoning,
information.
you would be doing no damage to the net. So that's why I wanted to make sure. It
No,
almost sounds
it's
like I'm saying
slashing.
a net every time, and it's
I know.
weirding me out.
It
It's
is.
the rope. The rope.
All right,
Rope net.
I have done
and net. Rope net.
It is
7
a net.
damage.
All right, 7 damage. All right, you are able to cut through the net on the side, making a hole that is bigger than one would have otherwise.
Well, I think the important thing is I did not kill the unicorn.
That was
That
the
is
first 5
very
minutes.
much the important thing.
Yes, you
Wow.
did well to not kill the unicorn, and I'm proud of you.
You see, I don't always do bad things. Foolish things, possibly. I
But it could have gone
Duh.
different ways. The thing.
Yes.
no, I don't think I don't. No, I'm not going to rage yet. I'm going to see how this goes. Maybe next time. So I'm just gonna. I've done my bit.
All right. You are good to go. And so let me just move some things in here. All right. It is Eunomia's turn.
Oh man, when you have a world of possibility, how do you
Everything
choose?
looks like a nail. That's how that goes, right?
We should have all come out like about 5 feet more once we came out of the forest.
I know. All right, so I am just gonna go for it. I'm gonna just stand here for a second, mutter some words under my breath, and to my side appears kind of a not spectral, but it does look kind of insubstantial creature, because I am casting Wild Companion. And my friend, the starry pteranodon, is next to me. And my question is, it takes an action to summon my starry pteranodon.
Uh-huh.
Can I communicate to it what I would like it to do, or is that like, I'm not sure, is communicating with it a bonus action, or?
I think that because does your companion get its own turn when it's summoned? Is that how that goes? Does it roll its own initiative?
I don't think so. This is a variation of summon familiar.
Mm-hmm. And I can't remember if a familiar gets its own turn. I don't think it, because what I was going to say is if it does, then at the start of its turn, it could take your action. It could hear you as a bonus action, essentially. But I think, you know what? Because it doesn't say there's anything against it. Then that's fine. You can tell it what to do.
So I want it to go continue Valeria's work to try to damage the net and create a bigger hole.
Got it. Okay. So you summon a pteranodon, and I am attempting to find something to drop in here for you.
Sparkling pteranodon.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a sparkling personality.
Yes.
It's so big. There we go. So where did it appear next to you, you said?
Yeah.
All right. So it appears next to you, and you tell it to go attack the net.
Yes.
Now, does it go on your turn then? I think it would have to go on your next turn if it doesn't have its own turn.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, next time, since you've just did your action to summon it, it'll be able to go after you on your next turn.
Okay.
Alrighty. Sheila, Bobeila, Banana, Fana, Fofeila, your turn.
Real quick. It very quick Google search outside of just the AI overview says that familiars act independently, but in combat it rolls its own initiative and acts on its own turn.
Oh,
Beautiful. So
Thank you.
yeah, while Sheila, you're going, if Aline, you can find. I trust you to find something similar in D&D Beyond to.
Oh, they have a Pteranodon. I didn't.
Oh, they do. Okay,
I
sweet.
didn't just come up with it. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, then you can just use that for whatever its initiative score is.
Okay.
And then I will add it to the turn order, and then you can just pop that turn or that initiative in. All right, go ahead, Sheila.
Okay. I am going to move a bit forward as well. Over this way. And then I'm going to use my mage hand to try and lift the net off of the unicorn.
Okay. So you use the mage hand to try and lift the net. So can a mage hand do a strength check, or is it just straight up because it can lift up to 10 pounds that it's able to pull?
Plus, there's a big hole in the net. That seems like it should make it easier.
Yeah, so I guess I think you just do it. Yeah, I can't think
as
of
long
a
as it's under the weight limit, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that the issue with
exactly.
mage hand usually? Is the weight
It's
limit?
just the weight limit, yeah. So I guess you you do it. And you pull the net off of Uni, thereby removing the constrained condition on the unicorn.
Excellent.
Sniped me.
Sniped ya.
Yep.
I look over at my sister and give her a look that said, "I had this."
And it's like, I look back and say, you didn't.
Oh.
I do not think that I can take a bonus action.
I
after
think.
This. Or no, it actually is your mage spell is a bonus action.
I would have to look at your character sheet because that could have
It is.
changed. Oh, it is? Okay, then yes,
Yeah,
you
I'm
still
looking
have
at my
an
sheet.
action
So
left. Yeah, okay,
I
gotcha.
have. I could do it because I'm going to use my blowgun and shoot it at. Let's see if I can. The one right, kind of in front of me, between. I don't know. It's just a little in front of me, and so I'm going to shoot a blowgun
The toad.
on the toad. And
Gotta clarify,
I
you're
have
not shooting it at the unicorn.
Yeah, no,
Who
not
would
at the
do
unicorn.
such a thing?
I'm not James. 18 to hit.
Okay, and that's to hit the toad
The one
creatures.
just right in front of me. He's just above me on the map.
Alrighty. So you roll an 18 to hit one of those little creatures there. And do you do it? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You hit.
Okay, so that does 4 points of damage automatically, and I have advantage on any attacks next turn because I have vexed it.
Oh, how vexing. All right. You are in charge of keeping track of that. Aline,
will.
you should now have control of that token. If you don't,
Okay.
let me know. disregard the fact that it's called torch. That is what I was able to do very quickly to make that happen. All right. So next, is that all you'd like to do on your turn, Sheila?
Yes.
Is that all you'd like to do? You did
my turn.
All right.
Micah, there it goes. Never mind. Sorry.
No, you're okay. It worked.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, I have the initiative in there.
Awesome. So the unicorn is going to it actually is going to run to the it would run to the edge of the pool, but it's very familiar with the idea of opportunity attacks and therefore is going to strike at the nearest toad-like creature to it. And it hits and does 12 damage to this toad-like creature here, thereby eliminating it from the map. Immediately reduced to 0 hit points as Uni rears up and stomps down onto that toad-like creature. All right. It is now the toad-like creature's turns.
Time for toads.
Time for
Toad
toads.
time.
And so you hear Willowbrush say, "Those are called bullywugs, and they're really gross." And now you know that they're called bullywugs. If you didn't before, because you could see it in the turn order. All right, so the bullywugs are going to attack all of you. So let's see. The one that is in front is going to go for, I think, Bibimbap. And so they're going to do a leap and is going to strike at you with its rapier. Does a 22 hit?
Yeah, it does, Micah. It really does.
Weird.
That's going to be 4 piercing damage plus 3 poison damage.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Then the next one is going to rush over to you, Valeria, and is going to strike out as well. I know a 22 hits. Or no, actually, I don't know. Does it hit you? Because you're armored up.
I'm at 18.
Okay. And then
I'm not armored up. I am wearing a red dress.
Oh, that's
Beautiful.
delightful. You take 7 piercing damage and 4 poison damage.
Oof.
It's dressed red so that you can't see the blood on it.
Yep.
The other bullywug is going to rush forward and go for you, Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I don't think a 9 hits.
It does not.
All right. So there's a miss as it strikes out with its rapier. It's insectile rapier. It looks like kind of a grasshopper leg. It's got these little sort of hairs sticking off of it, and it just is like poking forward. The others are going to try to rush forward here. This one's going to get to here. And then the one that's back here is also going to rush forward as they try to kind of hold in Uni. And so just one more attack against you, Valeria. I don't think a 9 hits.
It does not.
All right, so we've got 2 misses there. The guy atop the nearby hill is going to just hang out for now, as he's too far away to do anything. Next come the sprites, and they are going to go for a bow attack.
not just give us informative information about who we're fighting. And
Yeah, so what they do is they pull back their bows, and you see the bow fly through the air, and oddly enough, it misses the Bullywug warriors and instead strikes the mushrooms that you see in the area. So one strikes the mushroom here, which is sort of to the northwest of Uni, and one strikes the mushroom to the south. And when that happens, Valeria and Sheila, I need you. Actually, no, Sheila, you're safe. So just Valeria, I need you to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
That should be okay. I've got +4 Constitution. I got a 10.
Awesome. So you are good. Now I'm going to do some con saves for the other creatures here. So we've got those two save. That one does not, so it is poisoned. That one does. That one does not, so it is poisoned.
I give an exasperated look over at Willowbrush, like, what is going on here?
And you just hear in the distance,
Sorry, you should stay far away from the puffball mushrooms. They are very poisonous, but what they do is they're very helpful against those enemies. And anyway.
and now it's Torch's turn, which Torch on Torch's turn had heard to go to the net. The net is now not there, and I'll let you give some other, command.
What is the current status of the spore cloud?
The spore cloud lasts. That's actually a good question. I thought that it lasted. Oh no, it's kind of an immediate thing. So it emanates and then dissipates. Ooh. Okay.
So Torch here is going to fly high above the attack range of the enemies, and is going to go to the poisoned dude and is going to attack.
All right.
Oh no, a familiar can't attack, but it can take other.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's a familiar. Yeah.
A familiar can't attack, but it does have bite on here, which
that's
confused
weird.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scratch that. Instead, do I want to fire at a mushroom?
Everybody else says you might as well.
I'm worried about what happens to the unicorn if I...
Oh, let me actually... I need to cross out the ones that have been used. So if you see a red circle, that is where the mushroom has been used.
Okay. Heck and heck. Well, our fairy friends. My range? I have a longbow.
I mean the range of the clouds.
10 feet. You'll all have known that from having seen it happen once. It's 10
all right.
feet.
So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to, I'm just going to move north a little bit, and with my longbow, I will take aim at the poisoned enemy directly in front of me. It critted.
Wow.
Which I feel like is overkill for this particular thing, because that's 48 plus 1.
48.
48.
Which one? This one?
No, the one directly in front of me, the poisoned one by the unicorn.
The poisoned one by the... Oh, I see you way over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Directly in front of you that way. Got it. Okay, yes. You destroy it.
Okay.
It is gone. It is
So
a very
you'll be-
unhappy bullywug.
My DM friend, you'll be thrilled to know that with a 4d8, I rolled a 7, just for posterity's sake. So thank you,
Wow.
D&D Beyond, for that exemplary roll.
Wow.
Wow.
At least
Anyway.
if it's gonna happen, having it on this type of an event.
Yeah.
So the bullywug dies, but much less brutally than you would have thought.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, and
He said his last words. I thought he would be dead already by the time he hit the ground. Okay, all right.
I guess that's my turn. It feels kind of lackluster, but
No,
here we
you
go.
completely took
You
out
killed somebody.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's more than we've done.
All right, Bibimbap.
All right. A floating spectral mace appears above Bibimbap and smashes down on the bullywug immediately in front.
Wow.
That is, it misses entirely because I
Aw.
rolled a 1.
Oh,
So I will just now
Oh.
and so then Bibimbap goes, stupid spiritual weapon when a real one will do. And I swing with my mace and only roll a 10.
does a 10 hit? No, I'm sorry to say it does not.
And then he says, all right, all these maces are rubbish. And an hour in, that's my turn. I will wait here for the next turn.
Oh dear, the way D&D ends up playing out. But Priscilla, it is your turn. Priscilla, no last name. It is your turn.
All right. I am humming a very popular song in my head and discussing to let it go. As I aim for this little guy right there, I am going to cast Ray of Frost.
LETITGO.
This one's making cold.
Yeah, cold to go,
14.
exactly.
Yep. All right. I rolled a 14.
A 14 to hit.
Yes.
As you zap out with your ice, screaming, let it go, it goes far and misses the bullywug.
All right.
Anything else?
Well, the snow never bothered me anyway. I'll just stand and continue on. Go next.
Will our champions who are gathered together to save the unicorn, who at one point threw an axe at a unicorn that is not really a unicorn at the moment. It's a no-corn because it's missing its horn.
It's still a unicorn even if it doesn't have a horn. Come on.
But the uni refers to the corn on its head. Anyway, will they be able to save this unicorn, bring this unicorn back to Zilvan Cobblewander? Find out next time on Total Party Kill.
The Incomparable Podcast Network. Become a member and support this show today. theincomparable.com/members